When I moved here from Colorado in '75, Colorado was heavy into cycling in the '70s. The '60s and '70s were one of the big booms in cycling. Moved here, the streets weren't very friendly, and the drivers were not very sensitive to passing cyclists. And so for about almost 30 years, it was an off and on thing. Rode a little bit with the daughter in a baby seat. 2005, we went on a vacation, and after my daughter graduated, took her on her post-high school graduation trip, went to Scotland. And outside Edinburgh, there's a tourist hill called Arthur's Seat. It's not a technical climb, but it is a vigorous one. I was huffing and puffing and just wheezing away going up the thing. Nothing bad happened, but it was a little alarming, and had to stop several times. My weight over a number of years had gone from what I had in the mid-180s when I moved here to close to 240 in 2005. Other health issues had similarly deteriorated. Blood pressure was marginal to the point of medication, cholesterol was up, and what have you. And so got back to Murray and looked around at what I could do. Swimming is a good option. I love to swim. Running is not a good option because I want my knees to last as long as the rest of me does. And so looked at cycling and started riding, and developed a routine through 2005. By the summer of '06, I'd gotten the weight down to 175, which is, I think it's 177 right now. And it has been as low as 165, and usually it's about that point by the end of the summer. More importantly than that, because as we know from research, you can be reasonably healthy and still be carrying a lot of weight around, but it's not a good thing. Blood chemistry, cholesterol issues, and blood pressure went way, way down to the point where last time I had it checked when I had a flu shot, the fella asked, he says, "I really hope you're working out." I said, "Why?" And he says, "Well, as low as your resting heart rate is, if you're not working out, we've got a problem." And I said, "No, I cycle daily." And he said, "Well, that's fine." It was in the mid-'50s, and Armstrong era of Tour de France really brought bicycling as a recreational sport out into the mainstream consciousness, and drivers became much more cognizant of it. I was a little surprised. I had heard it was in the mill to read about the Board of Regents action last Saturday or Friday with the bike loan thing. I think it's a wonderful thing. You get 15 or 20 people, which isn't much in an employment pool of 1,000, approximately 1,000, riding bikes regularly, and you've saved a lot on asphalt. So, you know, other than the health things, and you want a healthy faculty and staff, performance is better, they live longer, and your health costs should go down.